This is the limestone lowdown. Hear the sound when you lie to the issues all around. From every corner, let's make it clear. The change we need is starting here.
Welcome, our fellow limestone lowdowners. We are doing another special episode with Mrs Kellie Dive, continuing on about the Grayson Carter asphalt plant, or now it's gotten a lot bigger. But we ended our last episode kind of up to December of 2020, where the city de-annexed those 80 acres from the city back to the county. And the way that it appears is that there was a plan, bigger plan for this property. And Kelly will kind of carry on from when she moved here in May of 2024 and where it is now.
How this little asphalt plant has turned into a whole big production.
Right, and the lies, the questions, the lack thereof answers. So yeah, Kelly, welcome back. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, again, thank you for having me.
It's been so fun, like getting to know you and like the fight that we've been on with the city and the stuff that y'all have endured with the county, and just kind of joining forces. And our small little group has now, we've gained a lot of people because they've had to fight this and endure it, and not really gotten any answers. But like Jared,
if I said that we don't have to have a big team, we just have to have the right team. We have to have people with passion, and they win with apathy. And
a lot of people, they just want a leader. They want somebody to just lead the charge. But they'll join forces with you.
As we've said, our necks are already out there. So, let's gung-ho. If you've got any information, let us know, and we'll try to add it.
And you have been you've been like the front runner for the asphalt plant. And when you started talking to people, you said that they were just kind of beat down, like they already.
So many of them just feel like there's no point in fighting anymore because they don't feel like they can win. There's nothing that can be said or done that is going to help protect them. And I absolutely understand where they're coming from. That the constant dismissal, the constant ignoring, it's just everything. It's just been at a city level, at a county level, unfortunately even at a state level, it's been discouraging. So I completely get where they're coming from.
It's hard.
It is.
One thing that I've had to do, and that we've done, and I'm sure you've done from your area too, is it's like if there's just this little sliver of hope, you take it. Sometimes it takes you somewhere, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it leads you down another little sliver that you can try, but you try 1,000 times and fail, you still gotta try that 1,001 time. But yeah, appreciating all of the fight that you have been doing for the area. But yeah, so when you all moved in, it was an agreement with this asphalt plant, and it was great for those first 3 months, and then they did like the 7 days full of 24 hours, and reaching out to their planner and talking to them, and really you got answers, but you didn't like them, so you asked them more questions, and then so take us from there.
So initially, honestly, we just wanted to establish a line of communication so we could know when we would be able to use our own house. Straight up. Are you going to start at 4:30 in the morning? Are you going to start at 7 in the morning? Are you going to go till 9 o'clock at night? Are you going to go till 6 o'clock at night? Like, let us know so that we can plan the use of our own home. It's very scary knowing that a corporation can plop down in the middle of a residential area and control homes and people like this with no protections from the city, with no protection from the county. And so that was... Initially, that's all we wanted. We just wanted to have a line of communication open. Let us know what you're going to be doing so that we can plan. Can we go outside that day? Are we going to be inhaling
toxic fumes?
And just, it's awful. We have some residents that, depending on which way the wind blows, they can't even spend the day in their home because the smells are so nauseating and so strong. And we have one gentleman that has told us that he has had to upgrade his filter system in his AC, and even with that, there are days that he can't even be home because it just makes him sick.
And this state, even at a state level, you've not been able to find...
So at a state level, they come in, they said that they test every 3 years for the smokestack. I personally don't feel that that's enough, especially with the proximity to residents. We are talking feet away from homes.
So there is no ordinance within the state that says that they have to be so far from residents?
Not that I've been able to find.
Okay.
So it's... Within Limestone County, there are no ordinances, laws, regulations, period, that we have been able to find to put protections in place for the people. This means noise ordinance, light ordinances, zoning ordinances. With the zoning ordinances, that means that a corporation, any corporation, this one happens to be Grayson Carter and Son, can come in and build whatever they want.
Yeah.
And they have.
So my thing is because I know that, we have talked about some bills that we want on the ballot for next November for people to vote on. Is that something that the county could do? Like for certain ordinances,
So from my understanding, an ordinance can start at a county level and be presented to the community to be passed, to be put into place.
They could have like a special election.
It has to be, again, please realize this is just from my search that I have been able to find.
Right.
And I'm trying to educate myself every day more on this.
Yeah.
But it does have to take place during a specified election.
Okay.
Usually it's the...
Well, we have the primaries.
Every 2 years.
But basically every 2 years they can present it to the community.
Well, because we'll have a primary vote like next March.
Yep.
But it has to be put in place before that time.
Okay.
Which means it has to be drafted. It has to go through the process of... The wording has to be correct.
Well, we need to do that now.
Now, does this go back to the backwardness of the state of Alabama, where it has to be on the state level ballot? You know how our ballots have this is pertaining to, let's say, Coffee County only, but we get the vote on it, but because...
Or would it just be on the ballot for Limestone?
So from my understanding, it just can be for Limestone County.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in October of 2024, I actually approached the county commission and asked them to please consider this option. I was quickly dismissed, and there was nothing further from them.
By dismissed, did they even? Which I know at the county commission meetings they do not. They're like big city.
They
They
didn't
don't
acknowledge it at all. They just said, "Okay, thanks," and that was that. In that time, I have continued my efforts to help. This is going to sound very conceited, but I have tried in my efforts to educate them in the process. They initially told me, and they being the county commission, told me that an ordinance for any type of thing, mostly noise, has to start at a legislative, I can never say that word. Sorry, level, which I don't believe to be true. And from my research has brought us back to my previous statement.
It doesn't
start at.
It has to start at the county level because it's the
Correct.
same thing with the city. Because Jared and I have talked about, like, Jared's reached out to some of our state representatives, and they're like, all you have to do is get someone to champion it, basically.
Correct.
And that's it.
Yes.
And so it starts with them. But see, not to derail anything that we're going on, but this ties into even our council and our commissioners that, we've got 4 commissioners and then we have a chairman. One of our commissioners, he's older and sick, heard he's running again. And then you've got, you don't want to say anything negative about them, but it's like they don't even know what they can and can't do.
Correct.
Or, they have this idea of what their predecessors did, and they're just kind of wanting to keep it at a status quo. Like, nobody wants to question or challenge anything.
So is the state House of Reps, would that be Danny Crawford for that area, I'm assuming? Since he's most of Athens?
He's most of Athens, yeah.
I do not know.
Or I wonder if it's Stutz.
No, he's Senate.
Okay.
I'm talking about House of Reps specifically. Because I know Danny Crawford is a big, hunter. He's a big outdoors person, so I don't know.
He's been doing some of the wildlife stuff.
Yes. So that might be a good, champion. If
I heard he is running again. These are all good things to help. I'm just thinking for their campaign perspective.
I will give a shout out to Senator Orr.
Okay.
He has
Jared helped on his campaign back a long time ago.
He has been incredible. He is limited in what he can do, but he has at least been willing to give us guidance.
Hey, he's the one. He's actually who had told Jared on some of the stuff we're working on. He was like, "You just got to do blah blah blah, and it can go on the ballot." So he is a good.
And you can kind of trust what he's saying, like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he kind of knows what he's talking about when he
does.
Suggests something like it's a good suggestion.
Yes, I agree with that. Unfortunately, we also have Dale Strong, who is a representative of our area, and he has been connected with Grayson Carter.
Oh, he's connected within the city heavily.
Yes. And he, Grayson Carter, what's the word? My mind just went blank, you guys. When you pay he sponsors a lot of the events that the city holds that involve him. So that has been an avenue that has been
anytime that they come in town, they'll use the Beasley Center, which is affiliated with the Methodist Church, which is where the mayor and Chris Seibert go to church.
Okay.
Yes, understand that. So anyway, so just to kind of that there's potential opportunities, but one of the things that's been frustrating from our fight on the city side is why are private citizens having to think outside the box on ideas to protect the residents? This is what they're supposed to do. And in the little bit of time that I've been working with you on the county stuff, I just feel like they shrug their shoulders and, well, we can't do that. Like, we don't have that. And I mean, and I hate to sound like this, but it's like, what can
you do?
Now, I don't want to dismiss the work that you have done or are going to do, but every single time that I've heard someone ask a question, it's, well, we can't do that. Well, what is it that you actually can do? Because like you're saying, like when y'all moved in, there was 80 acres and it was an asphalt plant, and you're like, you know what, we can handle this because it's not bad. We want to enjoy our 10 acres. I want, my kids to be able to go out. We want to have the chickens and the goats. We want to enjoy the creek. We want to enjoy all of those things. And then now in the last just 12 months, this has metastasized into something that's completely unlivable if you want to
so I actually sat down and took a moment to write down all of the additions that they have had. So again, when we moved in, you're correct. They did have the asphalt plant towers in place. We were aware of that. What we weren't aware of was, and I'm just going to go through and list every operation that they now run out of that facility that we have been able to see because we are a border. Like literally, they are feet away from us.
Yeah.
So they now have a transfer yard. They will carry in materials and carry out materials. A lot of times I have seen it being the large rocks, which I do not know this for fact, but I'm going to jump to a very logical conclusion here and say that that's probably coming from the quarry that they added into Belmina. So they added a washout pit, which the trucks use. For anyone that's not familiar with that, these trucks can come in and they can clean out the bed of their dump truck. The thing that concerns me with this is we have on both sides of the property, both to the east and to the west, we have creeks that run into the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
Mud Creek is a large tributary that runs directly, I have to do my directions, to the west of the plant. And I have no idea what is in the bed of those dump trucks.
Yeah.
Like they want to tell us that it's dirt, that it's asphalt, that it's rocks, but at the end of the day, I don't know what's running in those.
Yes.
So it's scary to know that this stuff that they could be putting in this ground is seeping into our national waterways.
Considering several conversations with residents over the last week alone with the dirt contamination.
Exactly.
We've got one contractor that's moving dirt in the city. So it kind of points the finger. So
it does. So they have moved in a bulk material storage. This also includes the transfer, but with that, they have also moved in an industrial conveyor belt. And let me tell you, when that thing runs, just imagine a hum, just a constant hum for 12 to 15 hours a day.
It is crazy.
It's not insanely loud, but y'all, when that goes all day and you can hear it inside your home, it's draining. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. The irony of this one is the borrow pit. This is kind of where all this mess started, so I will just leave that at that. They have brought in a mechanic shop. With that, the sounds of idling vehicles, with broken vehicles, with the equipment that is used to fix said vehicles. They have brought in a fleet of dump trucks that they park. They had initially started bringing in, I think there were 5 or 6 heavy haulers. They have since moved those. I don't know where they park those now, but they have brought in a fleet of about 40 or 50 dump trucks. There is one road into and out of this asphalt plant on Moyers Road. That road was not built per city to be able to handle the weight of these vehicles.
And that road is Moyer, aside from the asphalt plant, is Moyers City?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. I am getting clarification on that this week. That the land, there is city-zone land and there is county-zone land. But from my understanding, that road is completely city.
Okay. Because looking at the maps, like it's very. I know the land itself, but then you've got the road.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I am getting confirmation this week on who maintains those roads. But just in the 9 months we have been here,
now you've been here
12 months. I know, it's crazy. The road's buckling. The road has potholes that just go unfixed.
Well, honestly, that gives the city to be able to go get grants from the state to
turn around and have the same corporation that's causing the issues to fix the issues.
Yeah. And that they will do that. I mean,
yes.
we have seen that on Mark has told us about that's what they do. That's their MO.
Yes, absolutely. They brought in the portable office buildings. They use it as a personal parking lot. We have personal vehicles that park there. They have brought in just heavy equipment, a lot of trailers, a lot of broken down vehicles. They'll just park them. They're just parked there. They have the industrial size dump trash bins. They're not bins, but the big old huge. They have several of those around the property as well. And one of the things that we've seen is they have been using it as a dump pit. I'm going to call it a dump pit. It is dirt they have brought in, but in some of that dirt we have seen. We think it's cement. We think it's like the rebar that they use in the
But then it goes back to what are they doing with this dirt over there?
It doesn't make sense to what.
It's not part of the asphalt process.
Everything that I just listed is not part of the asphalt.
It
was not there in May of 2024 when we purchased the house. In fact, that asphalt, what we purchased in May of 2024 was the same thing that was there in May of 2023 when the asphalt plant was officially erected. And so they have I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, just this week they also added 3 industrial size. I'm going to assume it's for diesel fuel. To fuel their
the pumps, the pumps.
Yes. There is
I'm just thinking when you've got like a plant or something like Tabaki or Mazda Toyota. Because they're such large, Grayson Carter is a large corporation, but it's strictly to basically Athens and Limestone County.
Correct.
But when you get like Mazda Toyota, that's like at a national level, like big plants, and they've got, it's kind of like building like a neighborhood. They've got these people that come in and do this. So they know all of the restrictions that they have. They respect that, hey, you might be, Mazda Toyota is kind of out in the middle, but if you've got neighbors that are close by, they do what they're supposed to do to protect those residents.
Correct.
And then it's like with this, they're just like, hey, because Mazda Toyota's got those same diesel pumps and stuff, I'm sure, but they don't, it's not negatively impacting the people that are around
at this
that.
point too, do I need to worry about my water source?
Right.
We have 2 wells on our land.
Yeah.
If something is to leak out of that, there is no barrier whatsoever between those tanks.
And y'all are on well water.
Yes, correct. And that ground. So, and y'all know the lightning storms here. They're phenomenal. They're beautiful. But they strike ground.
Yeah.
If it were to strike ground near that, is that going to be combustible?
Have you recently reached out and asked them when they put those on there and been like, I want to see the testing that's been...
So I am in the process of reaching out to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. We have been directed from the state... you'll have to forgive me. It was basically the state that monitors the liquid petroleum side, but that's more of a commercial side. They directed me to ADEM and said that they're the ones that would know about the permitting for this.
But you would have known, like, I'm just thinking, they would have had to, like, they can't just drink, in my mind, again, my ignorant mind when it comes to this stuff, because I don't live where you do, but I'm just thinking, in the process of starting a business or adding an additional capability to a business, you've got to go through years of setup and preparation. You can't just like dream, hey, I want to go put a pump out there, and that people would have had to come out and test it, pass it. And the pictures you show me, it's just like a pump sitting out there in the middle. It's not even covered.
No,
it's
not covered.
It's just
There's
out
nothing
there
underneath it. There's nothing to the side of it. It's just out there
on the ground, literally just on the ground.
So my understanding is that ADEM does have to be a part of that. I have signed up to receive notification when permits are issued, and I have not received notification on anything for this. Again, I've mentioned this before. You've mentioned it yourself. For you, I'm continuing to educate myself on this process. So there may be things that I don't know or understand, but to me, if this is not something that's already implemented at a state level, at a city level, at a county level, we are just setting up our citizens for danger.
Oh, yeah.
We are setting them up to be put in harm's way and doing nothing to protect them.
Well, it's the transparency. If Grace and Carter had came and knocked on your door, not physically Grace and Carter and Sons, anybody as their representative, hey, we're about to go put this gas pump here, and here's where we did our testing, everything is good, it's not going to affect your wells, whatever, not your property, but hey, we just wanted to share that. That looks a whole lot, like that calms you down versus just putting it there and waking up one day and...
Absolutely. Well, and so let's carry this over further into not just Grayson and Carter and Son. When you have a corporation that people are watching, and believe me, they're watching what's happening. Alabama has been in the news a lot. It's a fast growing, and it's a beautiful state. Like, I get the draw. It drew us here, and we love the beauty of it. But if a corporation can get away with doing whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want, they're gonna.
Because that saves them money.
And the city and the county, at least in Limestone and Athens, they're letting them.
Yeah. And this is completely like alleged in Amanda's opinion, but it's almost like a drug deal. Like someone is getting some kind of kickback because nobody is.
Well, let's go back to what we know. What we know is Brawley Boulevard, 3 bids: Wiregrass Construction, the Rogers Group, and Grace and Carter and Sons. And like I said, this is not speculation. We literally have the document on this. Wiregrass and Rogers were within $100,000 of each other. No problem whatsoever. But Grace and Carter and Sons was $600,000 less.
They were $400,000 less. Their bid was $600,000, just to be clear.
Okay, my bad.
To have it on record, just to be clear. If you look at the paperwork, they were... I believe it was their bid was $600,000, which was $400,000 less than Rogers. So again, I'm all about the transparency, as I know y'all are too. So I want to.
But that's
but still, that's also a red flag.
That's a significant amount of money. How are you able to do it so much cheaper?
Let's go down that rabbit trail. Okay, so this is just one example. I'm sure there's 50 others. So if you save the city, this is the city now. God only knows what they're doing in the county. Like I say, this is not our full-time job, so we can't venture down all that. But let's just magnify that a little bit. 400 here, 400 there, that's a whole lot of money. So is that the payback for letting this just slide? I mean, that's just common. That's just how we have to see this.
Because when you've got like 100% of the residents that were against this, but yet now we're doing a leading limestone initiative that wants to bring things that the residents want, but they were clearly opposed to this. This city approved the de-annexation supposedly at the promise that it wasn't going to be an asphalt plant. That promise was broken, and now they're like our biggest contractor. And they're at every event. They're a sponsor at every single thing that the city does.
They were all over the state of the city.
The state of the city. They're one of the larger. It's so, the appearance, it looks very much like a drug deal.
Well, here's another concern that I have with this whole situation. So, we have been directly lied to 3 times by this corporation. They have lied to the community twice. That's 5 direct known lies.
Yeah.
3 of them that I have documented.
Yeah.
So if they are not going to be able to be honest to our faces, why am I to be expected to trust the integrity of their work?
Right.
And
this dirt,
very
with this
scary.
The contaminated dirt, the gas,
roads,
on,
just all of it.
Yeah.
I don't, and that's, to me, that's going aside from the whole legality of everything.
Right.
To bring it back to a personal...
It's a moral thing.
Yes. It's very scary to me that we're putting our trust in a corporation that directly lies. It's confusing to me why the city would employ a corporation that lied to them.
Right.
It does not make sense to me. The county knows that this corporation lied, and they still employ them.
You know, it kind of goes, so we're private citizens, and there's literally limits on things that we can do, right? So this is one of the reasons we started the podcast, because we're like, hey, there's nothing else that we can do. Like, the mayor literally was like, you need to reach out to your state representatives. And I'm like, why don't you do that? Like, I don't carry any power. I don't carry any weight. Like, I'm a nobody. And that's the same with you. Like, you're a nobody in the county. You just happen to live next door to this asphalt plant. And so why is it that our elected leaders will not take this stuff up? Like you're saying, like, we have an opportunity to at least try to put something on the ballot, whether it doesn't get approved or doesn't get voted. At least somebody tries something, but it's almost like they don't know how to do it, so they just don't. And that could be just my assumption, but if you don't do it, I mean, you know, Derek Gatlin, which is your county commissioner, he lives very close to.
Yes.
So
yes.
Is he one of the ones that is like just accepted that this is what it is? And but there's got to always be something that can be done, whether it be a loophole.
Well, here's another interesting little tidbit that I only recently found out. So I will carry over, and this particular situation is, again, directly with Grace and Carter, because that's, and Son, I will add, sorry, because that's obviously the situation that we're in. But they put in this asphalt plant. Once a corporation gets, lays claim to a property, it's pretty much virtually impossible to get them gone. They then carried over into Belmina to bring in their quarry, the rock quarry there. I found out that the county actually had an Alabama state level, and I'll read the code that they had. It's Alabama Code 45-42-260, and it states, this gives the county the ability to zone an area into either agricultural, residential, or even industrial, but should they choose to not zone the area into either agricultural or residential, that they would, I apologize, you guys. Basically, that's not the correct wording of the code. I apologize for that. But if you take a moment and just Google, again, I will say Alabama Code 45-42-260, it basically gave the county the ability to declare property agricultural, residential, or industrial. Knowing the impact that Grace and Carter and Son Contracting Incorporated asphalt plant has made on the community in Tanner and to some residents in South Athens.
Yeah.
They knew the impact that this corporation
was going to have on Belmina.
They had the ability to stop it, and they chose not to.
They chose not to, yeah.
And I have not been able to get a reason why. I don't understand why our elected county public servants have not been willing to fight for the citizens. And it's very, almost disturbing.
Yeah.
And so this is, again, I will continue to go back. If we allow these corporations to continue to basically infiltrate our lands, it's just going to continue at a city level, at a county level. We don't have protections as citizens, as private citizens.
We don't. We elect these people in place to entrust that they're going to protect us, and that's been, blissfully unaware. We moved here in October of 2020, and I was like you, I'm from the South. I'm here 45, I'm Huntsville, but I fell in love with it here. I loved Athens, and I have been blissfully unaware for the first 4 years. And then we can't unknow what we've learned. And, it's just a fight that you keep, we keep going one day at a time, but it is very frustrating. All of our elected officials within the city and the county, they almost give you just this blank stare, like, I don't know what you want us to do. And like you're saying, you're almost like you're educating them.
We know what we want. We want you to fight for us.
Yeah.
We want you to give us something. And you
just
can't
a little bit of hope.
You can't even give us platitudes. You can't even be like, I hear you and I will try to do something. You don't even get that. You get
no
nothing.
response.
That was our thing with the city was they didn't even want to show like any sort of sympathy to what we were going through. Like they just were like, I don't know what you want us to do about it. Hello? Are you kidding me?
And I want to clarify too, my current fight is with the county, but the only reason it's with the county is because it has been forced upon us by the city of Athens' current council. The city had an opportunity to protect that 80 acres. They did.
They could have, and they should have. They knew what was coming. And again, I haven't watched it, but I remember Jared going back and talking about it and telling me that Harold Wells asked questions, and it was promised that they were not going to put that asphalt plant there. And then they did. So anyways, hey, we have hit our over the 30-minute mark. We could go on about this. I think hopefully that this kind of just sheds a little bit of light on what's been going on within our county and within our city. And as private citizens, like we are just trying to keep fighting, keep asking the questions, taking it to our state, to state legislators. So Kelly, thank you so much for being on. And
of course, again, thank you for having me. I want to keep Athens as beautiful as it is.
Yes.
We have to work together. Let's hold our elected officials accountable.
Yeah.
And, we just have to work together as private citizens to help support everyone.
So hopefully
that was part of our thing. We never thought it would be this hard to turn in people doing wrong.
Yeah.
Never imagined. We thought it was like TV, like
when
somebody's doing something wrong.
When you're a kid, it's
I'm
like
scared I'm going to get caught, or they're doing wrong. Hey, they're doing wrong, and somebody will come take care of it.
As a kid, you think like if you do wrong, you're going to go to jail. You know what I mean? And it's like, you think if you turned in somebody that's like lied to you or done something wrong or endangering somebody that they would jump, and it's been so hard. But hopefully Kelly will be back on through the summer with us, and we can keep having these conversations. She has motivated me to get involved with the commission meetings, and hopefully we'll get to go to those with her this summer, and hopefully you'll be on again to talk with us. So,
absolutely.
thanks
for having
me. Yeah. So until next time, guys.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.